marching united in Christ, marching together to heaven, marching united in Christ, marching together to heaven.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Hallowed is the name of the Lord,
Who made heaven and earth,
glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Almighty and ever-living God, we want to thank you for this precious time. We want to call upon your Holy Spirit to be upon us. May all the deliberations and sharings that are going to happen here, let them be for the greater glory of your name. In Jesus' name, we have prayed.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Yes, I request you to kindly take up your seats, please. So allow me now to invite kindly our Chancellor, who is standing here in the foot of the Archbishop, to please address us and please present us this information. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Father Nicholas Mulumba, for the good introduction and also for giving me this opportunity so that I can address this wonderful Word Press Conference. First and foremost, I want to deliver the message from the Archbishop. He has sent greetings to you, and because of his busy schedule, he could not manage to come here this morning to be with you. But deep down in his heart and in prayer, he's with you as we are having this the press conference. So my brother, Father Joseph Sebunya, who is now the head of the youth within the Archdiocese, and Father Kanyike, who is the youth leader in our vicariate, as well as Father Nicholas, who is the Deputy Director of Communications of Kampala Archdiocese. Good morning once again. Yeah. So what we are going to talk about, I think we are not inventing the wheel. It was really started by our Saint Paul, John Paul II of Happy Memories. As you are well aware that in 1984 up to 1985, he used to gather the youth in Rome, and he found it really fitting that he better spread it in the whole world. Because those who would just go in Rome, they could not fit over there, or they could not get a chance. So he moved, as he was a very great pastor as well as the evangelizer, and he knew the power and the strength which is within the youth. He decided to go around the world. And you know that very well, from 1st to 6th of August now, the youth are going to gather. They have started gathering in Portugal. That's Lisbon.
Yes.
For the World Youth Day. So now here, I think we want just to deliver a little bit of the message that the church takes the youth seriously. You are the church, the moving church, where we need a lot of strength. And what I see here, even with the news of fraternity, I see almost their youth. Mm-hmm. So that's really wonderful, by the way. And I'm sure it's going to happen here as well as what's going to happen in Lisbon. It's going to reach almost the ends of Uganda here, that you are still strong and you are still believing in your church. So this press conference, my friends also, they are going, I think, to tell us what's going to take place. We are together with the Pope, our leader, who is going to be in Lisbon, that also we can start it on our local setup here. Even although our celebration, as we are going to celebrate in Lisbon, ours is going to be in December here. So that at least we echo the theme which is going to be over there, and it may be a tour of evangelization at least for 2 years until we have another gathering for the youth. So thanks for coming. And also take your church seriously, as you do. We know that at least you are the people on the front line, and you can take over the message of Jesus Christ. As he told us that all of us take this the message of Christ that is risen from the dead to the ends of the world, those who are really baptized. Invite your friends, educate your friends, and make sure that at least you understand fully the catechism of the Catholic Church and what the Church really teaches as we have a lot of challenges now, you are the people who are supposed to defend the church and also to come out with the proper teaching of the what? Of the Catholic Church and the Christianity as a whole, mainly to proclaim that Jesus Christ is our what? Our King, our Messiah, our Redeemer. Thank you very much, Father Sebunya, for the good work you are doing in the Youth Center, and also for the youth within our diocese here. And we pray for those who might be going. I think even some of you who are around here might have got a chance that you were busy here, you're flying even tonight.
Those will be t-shirts.
The t-shirts, by the way.
Yeah, the delegation.
The delegates, I think. Yeah. Once you go over there, pick what the Pope will tell us and bring it back to us and teach us sincerely with a lot of strength. We pray for you, and we will be here waiting for you to come back and give us what we have really got from the Holy Father, the Pope. The Lord be with you. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Muluganda. Basebo baganda bange naddala Father Sebunya akulira kati ekkowe ery'abavubuka mu Archdiocese. Sebo webale okutegeka olunaku luno ne Father Kanyiko ono kuba kati ndowooza yategeka owa Vicariate eno eya Kampala. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala wamu ne Father Mulumba. Father Mulumba ono yamyuka owa byamawulire mu ssaza. Webale kukowoola bakulu bano bazze bawerako, naye nga ndowooza era ensonga y'amaanyi ebaleese kuba bikwata ku bavubuka. Ng'okusingira ddala twetaba wamu ne mukadde waffe Paapa oba ekyokusookera ddala obubaka bwa Ssaabasumba. Ssaabasumba abatumidde bannange, tasobodde kubeera wano, naye omutima gwe weeguli, ate era n'amanya naffe bwe tubeerawo noono akulira ebyavubuka era ddala gwe tuba tukiikiridde, anti era emirimu gyekikola ki gye tutambuza. Kati ddala ku lunaku luno olwaleero lwe lusooka, ndowooza kale ekiri mu Lisbon kyamaanyi nnyo ddala. Abantu batandise okutuuka nga mukaaga, nga kitaffe omutukuvu yadda mu bigere by'oyo John Paul omutuukirivu yatandika enkola eno y'okulaba nga alawuna agenda mu nsi yonna okusinkana abavubuka. Mutima gwe gwamuli nnyo ku bavubuka, kubanga mu ekereziya bannange mwe mulina okulwana, mulina okukwata enjigiriza. Ekyo kibakoowoola nti mumanye kimuteekeddwa okwogera, toteekeddwa toyinza kuba kyotokola ki kyotolina. Ekyo munoonye nnyo enjigiriza y'ekereziya mugitegeere, ate musobole okulangirira evanjiri. Omukolo guli Lisbon mu Portugal. Paapa ajja kubeerayo, bw'aba tannatuuka ne bannammwe abusuubira okubeera kumpi nga miliyoni namba, nga naffe ono mu Uganda tulina abagenda okutukiikirira. Tusaba nno Paapa byagenda okutugamba tubitegeere bulungi, ate tukomewo tubiteeke mu nkola, naddala mu mbeera eno gye tulimu nti ensi okusomozebwa okwangeri musomozebwa nnyo abavubuka, nabyo tubiteeke nnyo mu mikono gya Katonda, tuleme kutwalirizibwa na muggundu oguli mu nsi kati, ne tumanye ekereziya kyetwagaza tusobole okutambuza obulungi obutume baffe. Abanaagenda mbaagaliza okutambula obulungi, ate mba mukomewo na mirembe, mwenna nga ebitundu bye bimu mu nnamba ne mu birowoozo. Omukama abakuumi mutambule bulungi bwe.
Okay. I want to thank Father Chancellor for the wonderful message from the Archbishop, and I thank His Grace and the whole administration of the Archdiocese for putting at the fore the ministry of the youth. As you've noted, the youth are the biggest force, the biggest number in the church, but also they are the link between the old church and the church of tomorrow, of the young people. So we thank the Archdiocese and the Holy Father that is putting us at the forefront, truly mubutala, especially in this day and this event. So I just want to dig a little bit more on what's going to happen between now and that day which has told us of the World Youth Day. Actually, it has begun. It's a span of events. It's not just a day or a week, but it's the climax of the youth apostolate activities in the year. Every 2 years, as he has told us, we have this international gathering to to celebrate our youthfulness and our faith together around our Holy Father, the Pope. And we thank God that ever since it was begun, the popes have made it. This year we had fears. The Pope was a little bit not well physically, but thank God he has made it in Lisbon, and everybody is excited. So the World Youth Day, as you said, is an occasion for the youth to deepen their membership in the church, know more about their church, and celebrate their participation. So it is done on two levels. What you are going to begin today is the international level, where we gather together in one place. This time it's going to be Lisbon, Portugal. And at the end of the 6 days, they are going to vote who is going to be the next person. Someone told me, Father, are we going to host it in Uganda? God willing. So if you pray now, not now, but it is a process. And so we shall know by the time we finish. So because few people can go to these venues, the Holy Father asked that every local church finds a way of celebrating this event with the communities around. So we are going to do it from sub-parishes, parish level, and as a diocese, we shall do it at a diocesan level together. And that's going to be on 26th of November this year. And our Kampala Archdiocese is organized in 4 divisions called vicariates. Where we are now, this area of Kampala district is called Kampala Vicariate. There's a part in Entebbe, it's called Entebbe Vicariate. There's a part in Wachiso, it's called Wachiso Vicariate. The other part in Impigi, Mitala Maria, is called Mitala Maria Vicariate. So what we do, every year, we move around, just like the Holy Father does to go to different countries. We go to different vicariates. Last year, we were in Entebbe Vicariate. This year, we are in Kampala Vicariate. So when we come to the vicariate, the chaplain and the leadership of the youth in that vicariate level take charge. They're the hosts, the organizers. So when I finish these few remarks, I'm going to hand you over to the chaplain of the Kampala Vicariate, who is Father Julius, and the honorable team you see around here in suits and ties. They're the leaders of this activity, and they're going to lay out a plan. As I said, we don't want to be a one-day celebration. It's a series of events whereby everyone can participate, contribute, and feel part of the Catholic Church. You know, youth like dynamism and participation. If you see a youth who wants to spectate, he's not a real youth. He's an old mind in a young body. But young bodies want action, bagala vibe. And so we want Kampala Vicariate to lay out how we are going to live this experience. As I said, briefly, we have a big delegation from Uganda. Some of our friends and brothers have already arrived in Portugal. The people you see in white are the delegates from Kampala Archdiocese, as their t-shirts read. So they are going to be representing our Archdiocese on that event, and we pray for them. When we reach there, we are going to do 3 things which have been laid out by the Holy Father. First, a spiritual pilgrimage. So we call ourselves pilgrims. And some people have come and says, can we go for chair? We say, no, that's not a group. This group is for pilgrimage. It's for people of faith. We're going to encounter with the Holy Father and fellow youth from all over the world. Fortunately, Portugal is also known as a pilgrim center. Many of you have heard of Our Lady of Fatima. We have a parish here called Nakulabi Parish. It was named after that place, that shrine, where our Mother Mary appeared over 100 years ago to 3 little girls, 3 children, Jacinta, Lucia, and Francisco. So we shall have a chance to go to that place, a few kilometers from Lisbon, but part of the organization is also, Fatima is going to come to Lisbon. So Our Lady, the image of Our Lady of Fatima, the Pope has instructed that to be brought in Lisbon, the capital city, so that those who will be rushing will just come chance to have a pilgrimage within Lisbon. After the day, it will go back, and our organization is going to have a chance to go and pray for you. So we are pilgrims. We are going to pray for ourselves, but we are carrying along with the prayers of our fellow youth from Uganda. Some have written to us through WhatsApp. Others have expressed them, and we know them. We know what Uganda is going through. We know what our fellow youth are going through. We are taking these prayers with us to Lisbon, to Fatima, for a pilgrimage to our Mother Mary, together with the Holy Church. 2, it's a time for deepening our faith. So the events of this day actually begin a week earlier. We call it Days in the Dioceses. When pilgrims go, according to the arrangement that was set by Pope John Paul II, when they come into a country like this, because there are so many, the country shares the pilgrims from the world. So some people, if they came to Uganda, for instance, some people would go to Gulu, others to Mbarara, others to Hoima, others to Tororo for a whole week. So the families in those areas host these people, they entertain them, they pray with them, they share their culture and environmental heritage. So they have fun, but pray every day. Their prayers. There are also teachings by bishops and selected teachers who deepen and answer questions of these young people in these areas. So at the end of this first week, which is ended yesterday, today we descend in the central place, which is Lisbon. So in Lisbon, there are different cultural, social, interactive, and also spiritual activities. So we have performers, Catholic musicians from all over the world. Portuguese are known for music, especially classical music. So there are parks all over where people can go and enjoy that cultural heritage. Portuguese are also good painters and artists. So we shall have exhibitions of art and their city tours. But above all, we shall have prayers, adoration, and masses, and confessions, and sacraments at different centers in Lisbon. This is going to continue, and every evening, we shall have an encounter with the Holy Father at different venues. So each one of us will have a chance to say hello to the Pope. So if you want to say any greeting to the Pope, we are sure we have been arranged to meet him in person at one of the venues. And also good food, yes. Portuguese are good cooks, good chefs. So we're looking forward to having those experiences. And finally, it's a cultural exchange. So when we go, we're invited to display what we have. Uganda, as far as culture, as far as arts. So this team you see here is very prepared. There's even going to be football, volleyball. They just call Uganda team, come on site. So we are going to the gym to get ready for those encounters. But above all, the culture encounter with other people. So we make friends, we make connections, we experience and share what other people are going through. How are they doing it? To remain Christian and faithful despite the challenges they meet. And definitely, we are taking with us the image and the flag of the Uganda Matters. Everybody knows Uganda, knows the story of the Uganda Matters. Unfortunately, our patron as youth in Uganda is Charles Rwanga. So we call ourselves Carolines. And we are very sure we are going to take that brand to the world and tell the story of the Matters whenever chance is given to us. So with those, I want to thank you once again. And we hope that as we move, you accompany us with prayers. But above all, that we internalize what this day and event is about. And I say, the Pope has asked us three things. First, that we recite the World Youth Day prayer at our youth gatherings, and we are going to recite it at the end of this meeting. And we shall give you a copy. Those who have Twitter handles, please throw this prayer, because it's going to be said every day in Portugal. So you can be in Portugal while here in Uganda by praying with us. Second, he has sent us a message. It's online also. Those who have, you could just Google and say, Pope Francis message for the World Youth Day. The title is, Mary arose and went in haste. It's also on Google. Some of those papers, you've got it. And the thing is, the Pope says, youthfulness is also about being in a hurry. A youth who is sluggish, who doesn't happen things, will be left behind, because this world is very fast. And it's giving us the model of Mother Mary. When she heard that her sister Elizabeth was pregnant with child, she rose in a haste. Because if she had laid, she would find her delivered already. So he says, the world is fast, let us be fast as youth, but also fast in faith, in matters of faith. Because there are some people who put off being Christians and devout until they're old. They say, nkyali muvubuka bwe nakaddi wanja kusoma. Omwana bw'akulema mu buvubuka tojja muzaala mbukadde. If you can't pray as a youth, you are not going to pray as an old person. You would have gone lost already. So Pope says, let's hop on. And finally, he says, we have the World Youth Day website. So the teachings, even what's happening right now, that's the beauty of the digital era, is online. It's live streaming. So if you just go on your screen and Google World Youth Day 2003 Lisbon, Portugal, you will see all the information. So you can actually follow us virtually. And we have a group of digital youth that are tweeting, they are TikToking, whatever is happening in different corners of this event. So it's going to be live on social media. Just tag us and follow. And finally, he's asking us to share this information, like the Chancellor has told us, with the rest of our fellow youth in all the venues and social media handles that we have. So thank you very much. Tweyanza Ssaabasumba omubaka gwatuweereza n'obubaka obutuzaamu amaanyi nti ali wamu naffe. Olunaku lwe tugendako tutandise ekibbiitu oba ebbinu oba enkuuka ey'abavubuka mu mwaka egenda okuggwaako nga tukuza olunaku lw'abavubuka olw'ensi yonna ku lunaku lwa Yezu Kabaka. Abali naffe omwaka oguwedde mujjukira tubadde tukuza olunaku lw'abavubuka lwa Yezu Kabaka ku lunaku lw'amatabi Palm Sunday. Naye kitaffe ono yatugambye tulukuze ku Christ the King Sunday kubanga ku matabi akavuyo kayitirira emikolo mingi, n'agamba tulukuze luli twetengerere. N'agamba takyusizza endowooza ya Papa Yohana Paulo II kubanga ekyamuteesa okwo ku lunaku lwa Palm Sunday abaana b'Ebreyi nga betera okuyimba abavubuka bakwata amatabi ne bagenda mu kibuga nga baleekaana nga bagamba ozanna kabaka tumuleese. N'atugamba nti abantu abadduka mayiro 13 nga bayimba ne Yezu tebayinza kuba nti baali bakadde, bandibadde bagudde presa, badde kuba baali bavubuka bagenda tumuleese Yezu tumuleese alooge kati ne bamuleeta ne bamuyingiza mu Yerusalemu. Papa n'atugamba nti abavubuka b'omulembe guno bayimbira aba politicians, bayimbira aba musicians, tebayimbira Yezu. N'atugamba ku lunaku lw'amatabi nga bakutta amatabi bajjukire nti kabaka w'abakabaka ye Yezu. Nga bwe tuyimbire abalala bonna tukwata amatabi n'okukkiriza kwaffe. Kati Papa yatugambye nti ku matabi emikolo giba mingi, naye wali olunaku lwa Yezu Kabaka nekitwa tukola ku matabi tugenda kikola ku lunaku lwa Yezu Kabaka. Omwaka guno lutuuka nga 26 Novemba tujja kubeera ffenna buli omu ku parish ne ku ssaza tugenda kukuŋŋaana tuddemu tukuze obutumwa bwaffe ng'abavubuka. Kyevudde mbagamba nti omukolo ogwo gugenda kubeera wano mu Kampala. Tuna tubaita bendobendo ennaku zino tugaita bendobendo. Tuna vicariate, tuna bendobendo li Mutara Maria, ebendobendo li Wakiso, ery'Entebe, wano tuli mu bendobendo li Kampala. Era akulira ebendobendo eri mu by'abavubuka ye Father Julius ono gwe mulaba wano agenda tuwa enteekateeka eba bw'eneeba. Ffe abali wano abambadde obweru ffe tugenda okukiikirira Kampala Archdiocese ku nkuuka egenda okubeera mu Lisbon mu Portugal. Tukulemberwa kitaffe Papa. Tusimbula wiiki eno mutusabire nga tugenda twala n'ebirowoozo bisatu. Ekisooka Papa yatusabye twegayirire, tugenda kulamaga, tugenda basabira abatuwadde ebyetaago byaffe n'abatanabitwa mu bituweereze essala zaffe abavubuka tuzitwala n'abatabituwadde tubimanyi kubanga naffe tuli bavubuka, bye muyitamu tubimanyi, tugenda kubyanjula ewa Bikira Maria n'ewa Yezu. Ekyokubiri batusabye tuwebulire ku bubaka bwatuwadde buva mu Luka omutwe ogusooka akanyirira 39. Luka watugambira nti awo Maria n'ayimuka n'agenda mu bwangu. Malayika bwe yabuulira Maria yali akyagaanagaana. Malayika omukakasa n'amugamba nti gw'ogaana ebyokuzaala Yezu, naye ne mukulu we Elizabeth omukadde w'emyaka 6 alina olubuto. Maria n'agamba nti kisoboka. Bwe yamala okugayingiza mu mutwe n'agenda mangu. Papa atugamba nti abavubuka tuteekemu ku bwangu nga Bikira Maria, bye tukola byonna kola mu bwangu. Ekisembayo n'atugamba omukolo guno tulina omukisa mu budde bwaffe okubeera nga tuli ba digital. Social media egenda guteeka na wali twogerera wano kati ku ebiri gweteka buteesi nti World Youth Day Portugal byonna ogenda bira bigenda maaso. Atusabye buli omu gy'oli saving ayo ka data gugolinga tu following genda nga uliza bye tugenda okukola bufunze bwe butuma obwo naffe mutusabire naffe tugenda basabira. Nsaba Father Julius.
Agera okwebaza Ssaabasumba nga mpita mu Chancellor olw'okutufunira enteekateeka ennungi ey'abavubuka. Mutuwa Father Sebunnyo kutukwatamu tusobole okutambula ng'abavubuka. Ebintu eby'ekivubuka birina kuba bya kivubuka, si bya kikadde, bya njawulo. Father atugambye baali baleekaana, abaali badduka baali bavubuka. Olunaku lugenda okuzibwa e Lisbon, naffe tugenda ddukuza wano ewaffe Uganda. Naye ate mu ngeri enjawulo tugenda ddukuza mu Kampala Archdiocese essaza ery'e Kampala nga twaweereddwa omukisa aba vicariate okubanga ffe abategeka awo nno kyandibadde kyabulyaza amaanyi obutanjula kubannanga bagenda oteekateeka olunaku luno muyinza okugamba bani abagenda olutegeka olunaku ne lubamu ne mulaba bakadde nga be balutegese ne mugamba ate lwabavubuka. Tulina bacoordinator baffe Karo ne Tone aba Kampala Vicariate beba ababiri be batukulemberamu. Tulina omukulu Owere yakoze ku kya publicity. Wano tulina Alex yakoze ku nsonga za finance. Tulina Martin saba kuvuka wekansanga oyo ali ku bya protocol ye n'omuyite. Tulina kyeyune wano ye chairperson olukiiko olutesitesi yatutegekera. Naye nga byonna bye tutegeka ku Archdiocese omukulu ono Kapero ye ssabavubuka w'essaza erya Kampala. Tubeebaza bannange okubanga musobodde okuteekateeka olunaku nga luno chancellor tukwebaliza ddala. Olunaku luno tugenda dutegeka father yogedde nga 26 November omwezi ogw'e11. Tugenda dutegekera ebbiina parish ku St Cyprian abagimanyi Jangire mu kisaawe. Twagala ddala kyemulaba mu nkuuka kyemulaba enambuuli leero naffe tugenda kikolera ddala. Tugenda kuba na activities nyingi olunaku olwo nga terunnatuuka ezinaasobola okukunga abavubuka. Tujja kuba ne launch yaffe ku Popo naku z'omwezi zigenda kwanjulwa bulungi. Tujja kubaayo ne health camp avubuka bagabe ku musaayi bakole ne ku dduyiro batereere. Tujja kubayo ne ka financial literacy tusome ku bya finance ng'olunaku olwo terunnabaayo. Ku lunaku lwennyini tusuubira okubayo ne exhibition abavubuka bakola ebintu bingi naye ate ebyabwe tebimanyiddwa. Ebimanyiddwa bye byabali abaakolamu abanene abali waggulu betumanyi obulungi. Naye naffe abavubuka twagala tubalage nti tulina bye tusobola okukola. Tujja kubeerayo ne charity. Ku luno tutunuulidde amakomera byonna bye tunaakuŋŋaanya mu Archdiocese yaffe tujja bitwala mu makomera kuba engeri gye tugenda otegekera ebbiina ate nga ne prison gyeri tujja kuyita buyisi tugende mu prison tulekeyo ebintu ebyo abavubuka bye banaaba baleese. Ku lunaku olwo tusuubirako activities ennungi. Awo nno ŋŋanzi chaplain wa Vicariate eno nyongera okukunga abakulembeze ku mitendera gyonna, abakulembeze ku local government, abakulembeze ku central government, abakulembeze ba parishes zaffe Vicariates endala, ba coordinators. Tuli mu kulonda abakulembeze abajja obukulembeze obukadde nga bugenda okukomekereza. Tusabira ddala abakulembeze abatututte emyaka egiyise muleme kuvaawo, mugira mutuyamba tuteeketeeka olunaku luno Omukama Katonda akole ki atuyambe lubeewo bulungi. October tujja kubaayo ne marathon, tujja kudduka naye era nga mu kudduka okwo akavaayo twagala kutunuulira prisons ezo kyogedde n'okuteekateeka olunaku luno obulungi. Tuli bantu ba musaalaba era Omukatuliki bagamba oli wana wa musaalaba tuli baana ba misaalaba. Tulina omusaalaba ogutukwasibwa okuteekateeka International Youth Day. Omusaalaba ogwo gwatukwasibwa nga tuli Ekisubi parish omwaka oguwedde. Tugenda tambula nagwo mu ziparishi zaffe ez'enjawulo ng'era mu mbeera yakola ki yakukunga bavubuka. Awo no bannange mbasaba buli alina ky'osobola okukolera abavubuka. Abantu bano abagenda okugenda Lisbon obubaka bwe bagenda okuleeta tubwaniriza bwe bubaka bwe tugenda okuwa abavubuka ku lunaku olwo. Awo nno bannange nga mugenda tubasabira mikisa, Mukama abawerekere ate kimugenza okukola mukikolere ddala mulage nti Kampala ate esukkulumye. Twebaza omukisa gwe tulina nti Ssaabasumba waffe ku national ate yakulira abavubuka. Ssaabasumba waffe yakulira abavubuka ku national. Awo nno kakati ate we tubanga ffe abategeka olunaku olwo tuli ba mukisa. Tubeebaza ne tusaba Omukama mwenna abazze aba media bannange abatuweera ebirungi byereere tukyayongera okubeera nammwe era tusaba ne contact zammwe muzitulekere sobole okutambulira awamu. Bwe bubaka bwange mu Luganda bannange. Mu Luzungu, I really thank each one of you that has attended this occasion. It has been on short notice, and therefore I thank Mr. Owere, our head of publicity, together with the team, the communications office. Thank you for helping us have this occasion to show what is happening into the youth world. The youth need to be known, we need to be identified, we need a representation. We are celebrating the International Youth Day, and for this time round, as the Archdiocese does it, Kampala Vicariate has been given the chance to organize this year's International Youth Day. It's just a continuation of what is happening in Lisbon. What is happening in Lisbon will be coming to our country, Uganda, and we shall be celebrating it as the Archdiocese of Kampala. I'm having a team that I'm working with since it's the vicariate organized. We have the youth coordinators in the vicariate, Carol and Tony. Here we have Alex in charge of finance. We have Mr. Were in charge of communication and publicity. We have Martin in charge of the protocol. And we have Cheyune in charge of the occasion. He's the chairperson. And since we're organizing on behalf of the Archdiocese, we have him, Kapero, our youth leader of Kampala Archdiocese. I'm thanking you for having accepted to be here this day. How are we to celebrate this occasion here in Uganda? The venue, that will be Bina, St. Cyprian. We have a football pitch at that school. That's where we shall be. When will that be? That will be the 26th of November. What will happen prior to that occasion? We shall have so many things to happen. Soon, we shall be having a launch at Popo. After the launch, we shall be moving across in the entire parishes of Kampala with a cross. We are usually given a cross as we prepare this occasion to move with for publicity. We shall have a healthy camp. We shall have a financial literacy seminar. On the day, we shall be having an exhibition for the youth to showcase what they can do and what they have with them. We shall be having a marathon, again for publicity case. A marathon. I call upon you all, dear members, to join us in this cause. Our target is that whatever we shall collect for charity as youth, we shall take to the prisons to support the brothers and sisters who are imprisoned there for the sake of Christ. We shall help them out. For the media fraternity, we thank you so much at the Communications Office, and we kindly invite you to join us as we do this. I also invited both the local and central government youth leaders to join in this cause. We do it as a team for God and our country. The Lord be with you.
Yes, please. Now, this is a chance to
Nitaka okumanya ku muwendo gw'abantu abagenda e Lisbon, abaami n'abakyala. Kyange ekikulu kibuuza nti okutwala abavubuka kuno kwatandika ddi okubanga bagenda betambukuukiza era mitendera kizimaze bakozesa
kyekumanyiiko nti wiiki yokuza olunaku lw'abavubuka etandise leero kize kitya okuba nti ab'Ekampala bagenze tebalinasimbula kati. Ekyokubiri kiringa ekyenjawulo ti national office etegeka ate ne Archdiocese netegeka sinakindi n'amasaza amalala legategeka ttiimu zaabo oba delegates zaabo. Lwaki kino kiva ku kyokuba nti tugendera mu gundi za njawulo tutagenda nga ttiimu emu Uganda?
Yes.
Thank you very much. It looks that people are interested in the trip. The word youth today is here. You guys, the majority are. And that's why, as I said, we want to emphasize you are a Catholic and you participate in our youth activities. So we didn't go on air to advertise. We advertise in our youth groups in the parishes. So the youth leaders, the parish priests inform. So, sorry, it's now too late. We can't add anyone. But for your information, that every 2 years, apart from the 2021 where there was corona, if there's no virus, just start planning. In 2 years, we shall be going for another occasion. But so it's about those who are in the youth apostolate, and then we inform. And two, some say the second question was number of pilgrims. I want to add it with the national event. This is a national event. Actually, when we leave Uganda, we go as Uganda youth from Uganda. So we got all the recommendations from the national office. That's we talked about the Archbishop, who is the head of the Commission for the Laity, the vet. But you know, the church is like federal. It has a federal kind of system. So whereas we go as an umbrella, the whole Uganda doesn't know where the youth are. So they entrust the dioceses to scrutinize, to prepare, and then organize the team which is going to join. So even if you're traveling differently, when we reach there, we have one team in Uganda, and we have been in touch, so all along with the leadership at the national office, because we are part of that leadership as chaplains. And then timing says yes. The idea is, those of you know what's happening with the travel world today, we no longer can go in an embassy and book. You go online. So we booked, and we got different visa appointments. So our last visas are coming out today, and we are traveling tomorrow. So that's the challenge we had, but we thank God that finally we are ready to travel. So some of our brothers who got earlier visas have already gone before us. But when we reach there, we shall make Team Uganda. I think that's it.
Challenges that we're going to talk about as we celebrate.
Yes. Oh, challenges. Well, challenges are you. I wish I had to throw back the question to all of you. So the church lives in the world of today. Maybe I ask myself to help me that one. So
as the young people, we are facing a number of challenges, and most of them are generational challenges. As you are all aware, we are the biggest number right now. We have issues and challenges of life. Our youth are challenged with career guidance. Some of them don't know what to do, which education to take, and they face it in the future. Another thing that you're all aware is the issue of employment. Some of our youth are underemployed. They are working, but they are underemployed. They are not able to sustain themselves. The cost of living is a challenge for the young people. As you're all aware, when you're a youth, most cases you don't have a number of properties. So you have to struggle to make ends meet. We also have health challenges. All health challenges are faced with the young people. Young people out there, that's why these people are preparing a health camp. We need to give them information about how to live well, how to avoid some diseases, and how to protect their lives. Another one, as a church, young people are also faced with the challenge of leadership. As a church, we want to make sure that the young people get exposed and engaged to lead themselves. Because as you always say, or as we always hear, that we are the leaders of tomorrow. You can't be a leader tomorrow when you're not prepared. So we take that extra step to engage them. Actually, we don't start in the youth stage. We start them as young people. That's why we have a number of groups in the Catholic Church. We start with the young people. They are called the Banachizito. We formate them. And this stage you're seeing here, they are the Carolines. And after here and their education, we have the young professionals, the knights, and all that, to keep them engaged, to face the challenges they have. Thank you.